Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today's topic is on the glories of the holy name, glories of chanting the names of the Lord. It's a very, very important subject, and in fact, in ISKCON, the primary thing that we teach, there is in every class there may be different subjects, but one subject is constant. What is that subject? Chanting. So that is one thing that doesn't change. So it will. Just try to go to today's This font is visible, no?
Increase a
Little bit more.
40.
40.
This is visible.
Visible, no? Okay. So now, we will technically try to understand what is the position of the holy name and where it fits in, within the Vedic system. So now, like the Vedic system, the whole of the Vedic system actually deals with a principle called Tamasoma Jyotirgama, or from darkness, we have to come to light. That is the whole principle. So are we in darkness?
Yes.
Light to hai, sab kuch dikhta rahe. How can we say we are in darkness?
Consciously we are in darkness.
Yeah. So darkness means something exists, you are not able to see that, right? So that is called darkness. That is called inability to actually basically see a particular thing. So now, in actuality, what exists is the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Spirit, and everything that exists is part and parcel of that Supreme Lord. So it is in the Vedic literature, a nice thing is mentioned. Ekadesha sthita shaknir jyotsna vistarina yata parasya brahmana shakti yatedam akilam jagat. So just like Agni present in one place, it is expanding its jyoti, jyotna vistarina yata. So just like this tube light is present in one place, but the whole room is illuminated, right? So in the same way, the Supreme Lord is present in one place, but his energies are expanded everywhere. Just like if this light, can this light exist without the switching on my tube light? This brightness can exist. Can it exist? No, it is not possible. So without the sun, the sunlight cannot exist. In the same way, without the existence of the Lord, nothing can exist in the whole creation, right? And if everything that exists is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, ideally it must be engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord, right? So that is called the light, or that is called clarity in the subject. But when we see things in separation from the Lord, like everything that we see, it is called as binnadrik, separated vision. So when we have a separated vision, so then what happens is, that's called materialism, and that's called the darkness that exists. So we are not able to see that everything is in connection with the Supreme Lord. That's like the point, the starting point is defined, so that we are in darkness, we are not able to see things in clarity. And the ending goal is that we need to become clearly, we should be able to perceive everything in reality. So in reality, everything that exists is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. Right? So now, the Srimad Bhagavatam gives a definition of fear in this connection. So, bhayam dvitiyad abhiniveshatashyad ishad apetasya viparyayo mukha. So it says that bhayam dvitiyad. So when you see a reality, when you see something, which is in separation from the Lord, then immediately fear arises in the heart. So how does it happen? So it's just like, how many of you are afraid of your right hand? Suddenly it will catch your neck and things like that. Any of you are afraid of your right hand? No. Why? Because it's our hand, right? So if there is any object other than me is there, it can possibly be my friendly object, or it can be a neutral object, or it can harm me, right? So these are all potential possibilities are there. So now the possibility of fear exists, when there is, like when we see things in separation from the Lord. But the great personalities, even Srila Prabhupada's name, if you see, his full name, anybody know? Full name? Abhaya Charana Ravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami, right? So Abhaya Charana Ravinda means what? So a fearless person, So sadhus are generally called, by this kind of names like Abhaya Charan and things like that. So why are they called fearless? Because they know perfectly that everything that exists is part and parcel of the Lord, and Lord is my best well-wishing friend. So इसके बाद like अभी fear किधर से आएगा, right? So like everything that exists is part and parcel of the Lord, and He is my best well-wishing friend. So like there is no possibility of any harm I can actually encounter with, and even if it happens, so it is still it has to be taken as the loving protection of the Lord, right? So in that way, the sadhus, who are realized souls, who are practically able to see everything in connection with the Lord, so they don't have any fear in the heart, right? So this is the journey that we are trying to do from darkness to light, and in this journey, we see that the Vedas prescribe many different methodologies, to make this journey. Just like if you have fever and if you want to get well, what are the different options you have?
Taking medicines. Taking medicines.
Which medicine?
Paracetamol.
Paracetamol, okay. Allopathic treatment. Then you have Ayurvedic treatment also. You have homeopathy treatment also.
We can just sleep by loading a blanket.
So like and naturally, like some people do that actually. Natural cycle, they just allow the body to reset itself, and then So there are different options that are there, right? So there are different processes, from your disease state to like go to the cured state, normal state. You have different processes. In the same way, the Vedas also describe various processes. What are the processes Vedas provide us from darkness to light to go?
Karma, Jnana.
Karma yoga is there, Jnana yoga is there, Dhyana yoga is there, and Bhakti yoga is there. These four distinct ones are there. Generally, we put everything in three: Karma, Jnana, and Bhakti. So because almost all elements are covered in this, and some little different levels of configuration. If you do in the same parameters, then you get Dhyana and other things, right? So majorly, like all the practices that the Vedas offer, gets covered in these three things: Karma, Jnana, and Bhakti, right? So now, this is the path, that actually the Vedas give. And also there is this one. So now, since we have discussed this thing, Karma, Jnana, and Bhakti. Okay. So these three things are there. So if the starting point and ending point is same, what's the reason for having these different ones? You have gone through yoga ladder session? You have gone through, no? Okay, then it's good. So if the starting point and ending point is same, so then why do we need to have these different systems?
Because Karma and Dhyana yoga have some restriction and something. Bhakti yoga don't have that.
Okay.
Depending on what is the nature of the person and what ashram and varna he is currently.
Though varna and ashrama, everything belongs to karma only. Jnana and bhakti are not above varna and ashrama. One has to give up varna and ashrama to come to jnana.
We'll reach our goal faster in bhakti yoga and easier.
Okay. So then इसी को रखना था ना, बाकी क्यों रखा?
कुछ लोगों को होता है actually.
No. So the Vedic system is very nice actually. So there are three different destinations that are described, and for that, these three processes are actually recommended. So one destination is anything within this material world, so that is considered to be one destination, and beyond the material world is considered to be another destination, and then entering into the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, is considered to be the third destination. So if somebody wants to, ultimately everybody wants to go back to Vaikuntha. That is the real home of us, right? So but then on the path, I also want to experience the heavenly enjoyment. So I want to have that. So then it is like this is for this is a different one between Artha. I don't remember the spelling of it. And Kama. So this is this one. The karma means it deals with, karma yoga primarily deals with dharma, artha and kama. So like you execute your religious principles according to varna and ashrama, and then like that actually produces artha. Like what is our idea of earning money? How can we, what all different ways are there to earn money? Job, business, farming,
family inheritance.
Family inheritance is also there, nice. Chori daku bhi kar sakte. So like different options are there, right? So the Vedic system, it talks about, it's a very interesting thing that if you want to get economic support, so it talks about like you have to perform yajna. Like in Bhagavad Gita, there is a nice shloka that comes. Annad bhavanti bhutani. All of us we subsist based on food grains. Annad bhavanti bhutani. And parjanya anna sambhavat. Now how do we get food grains? Rain. Parjanya anna sambhavat. So by rain we get the food grains. And then how do we get rains? Yajnat bhavati parjanya. So by performance of yajna, so you get the rains. And then yajnat bhavati parjanya, and then yajna karma samudbhava. So how yajnas will get performed? Everybody's actions, day-to-day actions must be translated into yajna. So like the Vedic system actually teaches a person how to perform yajna, how to perform an act which is in accordance with the laws of nature, right? So that is in technical language, how to perform an action which is in accordance with the natural laws, right? So when you perform this yajna, so then you get piety, you get punya, and that punya brings actually, food grains and various wealth and stuffs like that and all. So now, but it doesn't tally with the modern understanding, right? So if I don't study, go to the school, college and study, and then I don't work or do a business and things like that, how can I attract money? It's not possible, right? So where is the gap? You all can come a little closer inside also. There's a lot of gap here. So how does it work? Now, maybe that system may be working in the past ages and things like that. You perform punya and then you get money. Nowadays, you perform a job and then only you get money, right? Where is the connection between these two?
In order to get something, we need to have Sukriti. So by performing such yajnas, people invoke Sukriti from Devatas. So hence they got so it's like business. We'll give you this, you give us that.
But abhi to nahi kar rahe na. Nobody is performing.
Now it is like depleting. Whatever people have from their previous life, it is only depleting.
See, now we have, though we may have money, it's it's kind of a transactional mechanism that we have. And then there is an artificial way of making us believe that you're actually becoming richer and you're actually becoming better and things like that. Do you know in Vedic system, how do people actually estimate somebody's wealth?
Through land and
cows. Then gold. Real gold and things like that. So these are all the things. Land means not a barren land, nicely fertile land, it's which can actually produce a lot of crops and things like that. So that's the consideration of this one, wealth. So nowadays, if you see the water and the land and the climate and things like that, it's depleting, right? So all of us know that ozone layer depletion is happening, and then climate change is happening, and it's a big thing that has been discussed about. All these things are there, but at the same time, we are made to believe, no, we are advancing. At the same time, we are made to believe that no, you are becoming rich, you are becoming wealthy and stuff like that. Actually speaking, no, it is something, reality is something else is happening, but then there is a translation, some other different kind of a translation that is happening here, and then which is making us believe that things are getting better. So but it is not. So it is not like we are going on a fast pace of exploitation of natural resources, consumption of them, and then disposing of things like that. And then like many organizations are raising voice and like making a lot of alarm. And in this rate, this planet cannot sustain. So the kind of things that we are doing. So now like this, if you see, it is the same principle. When we perform dharma, that is when we will get artha. That is when we will get artha, means like money and all the other resources and things like that. So now whatever past little bit of piety is there, so for that people are reaping and things like that. So but as the Kali Yuga progresses, as the dharmic activities and dharmic previous credits also becomes completely nil. So then the Gora Rupa of the Kali Yuga will be like very, very horrible. Because sin, like if a natural rule is being broken, so then we have to experience the sin, like the results of the sin accordingly. So that is why this dharma, people actually think that it's quite sentimental, and it's quite, like these people are kind of foolish kind of a people. What does this dharma talk about? It talks about addressing the rivers by name, Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, and things like that. And then mountains like Govardhan, ये लोग पूजा भी करते हैं पत्थर का, and things like that. So in this way, the modern ideology is coming about like this. And this is all what? This is all natural resources. And natural resources are meant to be utilized, and exploited. And what's happening? So if the modern ideology is good, that is all natural resources, and we just need to take it and use it. So now what is the state of our rivers? How many of you have taken a river bath in the recent time? Okay. Where? Kaveri. Right. So Kaveri is still little bit somewhat maintained, because that is a primary channel of water for the south. And many of the rivers in India, we see that they're all getting again depleted or becoming polluted. So this is because we have just removed this one. What is this dharma these people are talking about? What is this religious sentiment these people are talking about? Just remove all the sentiments on top of it and then just exploit. So basically, in external level also we are seeing we are losing the natural resources. But on the deeper level, we see that this dharma actually talks about very, very nice principle it is. Why I need to follow dharma? Two things. One is I'm going to get artha. Another thing is it's a common sense thing, right? It's a common sense thing. All of us pay electricity bill, water bill, and things like that, wherever we are staying. Right? So why we have to pay? Because we are using it. In the same way, for our life to live, are we using any other entities around? Air is there. Sunlight is there. Water is there. Food is there. And even to produce food, there are so many entities are working. Farmer is working, and then transporter, and seller, and so many different people are involved. And even to the extent of the bees who do pollination, if they don't do pollination, where will the grains come from? Right? So many entities are connected, and the Vedic system, it talks about you have to pay back, to all these entities, right? So that is why they used to perform, what is that? Bhuta yajna. So that is giving welfare to all the other people, and then Pitra yajna. And then, there are different kinds of, this one, yajnas are performed. And so one of the simple things, how many of you have seen, sometimes people actually keep some grains for the birds and, things like that. So why do they do?
do it for the Pitrus?
So that is during this one Shraddha ceremony and things like that and all they do. But otherwise also day to day, daily they keep doing it. Huh?
Feeding of
So this is also part of Bhuta Yajna. This is also mentioned, as part of the Dharma. It is also mentioned. So like there are so many principles are there. Like India is a place of dharmic place. So now we see that some remnants of this following of Dharma, is still there in the system. Like people don't know like why they are doing it. No, like हमारा पिताजी कर रहे थे, like दादाजी भी कर रहे थे, like हम भी कर रहे हैं. So like they are doing it. So but it is part of the following of Dharma. And when we perform, when we pay back our bills properly, to all the different entities, we don't know like whom all we are indebted to. So the dharmic principles, when it is followed, automatically all your bills are paid. If you don't pay your electricity bill, what will happen? आके काट के चले जाएंगे. So in the same way, like when we stop following dharma, then automatically the artha actually keeps on reducing, or the natural resources and the wealth and stuff like that will keep on reducing. And then the next thing is karma, that is sense gratification. So that will also be hampered. People will not be able to perform sense gratification. So in fact, it is mentioned that we are living in a materialistic world, and people are quite materialistic in the world. That means like they are trying to gain more and more things for their sense gratification. So that's what people in the world are doing. So, but we see if you consult a Vedic scholar or Vedic authority, like how will you describe the people of the modern world? You will say like these people are simply sufferers. They are not enjoyers. Because like enjoyers means what they will do, they will follow the rules and regulations of the environment properly, and they will fine tune it for their enjoyment. Now here are people who are breaking the rules and regulations left, right, center. So it's like kind of the destination is only suffering. Even the process itself is quite suffering. So the people now the modern culture is coming up that we have the co-live PGs, right? And then there is no restriction for like entering into any relationship and things like that. Just a consent is sufficient. The boy and the girl, if they are like okay with each other, so they can stay together. So that's the position that is there now. So it is quite nice, right? They are going to enjoy life, so nicely, and without any any rules and regulations, any bindings and things like that. कभी भी अच्छा नहीं लगा तो partner change कर दो and things like that. So where is the problem in this?
It's not allowed in Vedic culture.
So in modern, this one also, later it will affect them. Okay, so later I am talking about the current time is also very pathetic.
Even though we don't consider Vedas, so considering them, there will be so much mental anxiety from others, from parents, and from the current partner also. Let's say they change to others. So mental anxiety is a great thing. People are
so much of mental anxieties they go through. So much of mental anxieties they go through, and on top of it, especially for boys, it is a very important thing to know that if a girl, even after 10 years, she makes a complaint saying that this guy before 10 years, without my consent, he touched me. You are finished, you'll be there in the jail. Right? So it's a very, very important clause to note, right? So it is very important. It is good that somebody gets married legally and then he lives with a partner. It is much more safer than these kind of these kind of things are not very much people are not very much aware about. So there are so many cases where just to make money, they just get involved with some relationship, and then after some time, they will threaten, saying that I am going to file a case. If you want to escape, you give me so many lakhs, then you will be liberated. So this is it is this without following the dharma, trying to have the karma or sense gratification is actually a very, very miserable thing. Very miserable thing, because it is not, you are not paid for it. You have not properly performed punya to execute or to enjoy that sense gratification. So it's going to be a problem, right? And so this one, what does the jnana lead to?
Moksha.
Moksha. No, jnana lead to moksha. Right? So, like somebody who's frustrated with all these things, no, he may actually perform jnana, no, to attain moksha. And bhakti is meant for,
Service of the Supreme Lord.
yeah, so it is like going to the Vaikuntha. So, this is the different destinations that are there. So now, if you see the karma in itself, no, it cannot stand on its own. No, karma needs the support of bhakti. No, bhakti actually gives life. So basically, karma needs jnana and bhakti. Both of it is needed, no, for karma to sustain. So because karma on its own cannot, dharma, artha, kama alone cannot stand. It also needs to have the chanting of the names of the Lord. It also needs to have no study of scriptures, going to the temple, and the Vedic culture. If you see, everybody, not only the sadhus and renunciants, they would go and worship the Lord. So everybody, like no, Aam Aadmi se lekar, everybody goes to the temple, everybody chants the names of the Lord. So it's a basic, very, very basic culture, no, that exists. So and jnana needs the support of bhakti, and bhakti can stand on its own, right? So now we see that like karma means the execution of varna and ashrama, this one principles, and jnana means it's a different set of activities, that is helping a person to go towards liberation. And bhakti means, like, you all know the elements of bhakti. Now, what are the elements of bhakti?
9 elements of bhakti.
Navida bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Right? So, these are 9. So, actually, elaborate list is there of 64 items. And a concise list is of this much. So, now, this bhakti is actually like, we see that it comprises of these elements, and even within these elements, there is hierarchy. So there is if you want to perform the later items, you have to perform the former items also. So you cannot sustain without that. So now, for example, we just discussed about. Okay, I'll write the English this ones. Hearing and chanting, Shravanam, Kirtanam, and remembering. Remembering the Lord. Then, Pada Sevanam is this keyboard, things are in a little different position. Pada Sevanam, Archanam is worship of the Lord. Vandanam. Vandanam means prayers. Prayers and offering of obeisances also comes in Vandanam. So, Archanam, Vandanam, and then Dasyam, so servitude. It's little different from the rest of it. Dasyam, Sakyam, and Atmanivedanam. So these are all the different, this ones that is there. So now, the chanting, who can actually perform chanting? Who has properly heard, So who has done proper shravanam, only he can do kirtanam, Otherwise the kirtanam will not have its effect, And then one who has done the first two, only he can do remembering, Otherwise it is not possible to execute this limb. So in this way it is progressively there, It is progressively like one after another. The next things actually requires the previous thing. So now if you see in this hierarchy, the Shravanam is the most, or like the holy name, or the names of the Lord, or the glories of the Lord, is the core, it forms the core principle of the entire existence of Vedic culture, Now if you see like, if somebody, a materialist, he wants to do karma, he also has to do bhakti. And a person who is desiring liberation, he also has to do bhakti. And within bhakti, there is, these different elements are there. And even for sustaining the other elements, the basic element is Shravanam and Kirtanam. And the holy name, or the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, or the names of the Lord, is the core principle, which gives the life for the entire Vedic culture. So without the chanting of the names of the Lord, so nobody can perform like proper sense gratification, nobody can aim at liberation, and nobody can aim at going back to the spiritual world. Right? So everything is depends upon this core principle of the chanting. Right? So this is till this, any doubt is there?
Prabhuji, if a person cannot hear, so how can he?
Deaf person, huh? Okay. So his,
Reading is also hearing.
yeah, reading is also hearing. So like Shravanam, it is good if they can actually hear. So reading is also, process of reading is also like you recite and then you hear. So in the Vedic system, like the children are sent to the Gurukul, and what is the first thing that they do? They just recite the scriptures. They don't understand anything. Just simply recite, and they memorize. And this is the way of, nowadays we purchase books, and in the Vedic system there is no concept of purchasing books. You just memorize things. And in the later class, the teacher will ask, okay, fine, you open the, that particular chapter and that particular shloka, and let's discuss about that, so that the boy will be able to, open up things. So, like the basic thing is Shravanam and Kirtanam is there, and in case if there is some difficulty like that, so then the reading, this one is there. And the deaf and the dumb, then it becomes even more difficult actually. Even worldly ways also, like they'll not be able to acquire any knowledge. It becomes quite difficult. And we should feel compassionate towards them, and at least we can give them prasadam. So that is also a process of like awakening knowledge. In fact, this is also another interesting subject. How do we gain knowledge? How do we gain knowledge in this world?
By our senses.
The knowledge acquiring senses are there, right? So what are the knowledge acquiring senses?
5 senses.
Eyes. By seeing you get some knowledge. And ears, nose, tongue, and then skin, right? So these are all the different things, through which we can actually acquire knowledge. So, but the knowledge that we are talking about here is about we are able to see the gross subject matter that is there. So in the beginning, what we discussed, what is the knowledge, why we are told that we are in darkness?
Because we can't see the Lord.
We can't see that everything that exists is in connection with the Supreme Lord, right? So that's the basic problem. So now this kind of a knowledge, this is not a gross knowledge that we are talking about. This is a knowledge, to perceive more detailed, reality, that exists. So now for this knowledge to arise, the Vedic system actually, teaches us a technique. Always it teaches us a technique. Technique means like, if you go to a spiritual master, and if you ask that I want to learn, a subject matter from you, so will there be just classroom and then just, like teaching and, giving of gyan and things like that? Will there anything else be there, as part of education? What all things they used to do? Students, what all things they are supposed to do in the Vedic time? Brahmacharis.
Different services.
Exams for the Guru. So they should go and beg something.
They should go and beg something. Why they should beg?
To stay humble, that's the ego.
With pride you cannot get knowledge. That's a problem. So like there is a process, to curb the pride. That is there. Then what else is there?
For the Guru.
Okay. So rendering service to Guru. That is there.
Student have to follow brahmacharya.
Brahmacharya also. Yeah, so like now the mind is attracted to the sense objects, then the knowledge cannot enter inside. It is not possible. Right? So then what else? May not be like they would. Okay, fine. So that is also there. Then what else? The basic duties of a brahmachari, a student.
Chant verses.
Chant mantras. He's put through a process of chanting. Repetition, recitation, and things like that. Then cleanliness is also another important thing. So like cleanliness also actually brings in a culture of knowledge. So if you see, knowledge doesn't mean that there is a book, source of knowledge, and then I'm just going to read and understand and technically analyze and stuff like that. It's not just that. No, knowledge actually, it's a more bigger kind of a subject. So which requires so many more practices. So a student is put through a process. He is put through a process of cleanliness and keeping himself humble and then rendering menial services and various different things. He has to do every single day repeatedly. These stuffs, and over a period of executing this kind of a technique, he actually gains knowledge. He becomes comes closer to the tamasoma jyotirgama, so like that. So now we see that so all these people, if they have to execute, a person who is following karma yoga, he has to follow karma, jnana and bhakti. A person who is following jnana yoga, he has to follow jnana and bhakti. And a person who is following bhakti, he has to execute bhakti itself, throughout. Right? So in this way, there are different, this ones are there. So now we see without chanting the names of the Lord, without chanting the mantras, nobody in the Vedic system or in the real system can actually exist, and nobody can actually gain whatever goals that they actually want to gain. Right? So somebody may say in Kali Yuga, without this, people are getting their goals, but they don't even know what is the goal that they are going to get. So they are going to get hell as the goal or the destination. So that's not something that is in Kali Yuga. What is happening is adharma, and it is lower species and hell. So this is what is the effect of adharma, and this is what is actually getting people of this world is actually going through. So we have to at least come to the platform of karma, and then slowly, gradually, we have to go towards the rest of the things, right? So adharma is something that needs to be avoided completely, right? So now we see, coming to the aspect of this chanting of the names of the Lord is there, at least in karma, jnana and bhakti, all of them have to chant the names of the Lord. So now, for karma, the names of the Lord gives the life for the process of karma, and it produces the material results. And for jnana, the names of the Lord actually provides life for that process, and then it provides the result of moksha. And for bhakti, the very life of bhakti itself is the chanting of the names of the Lord. Right? So even in this bhakti also we saw, the heart of the process of bhakti is the chanting of the names of the Lord. Right? So now when a person exclusively take to the process of bhakti, and then he depends on this, okay, in the Vedic system, whenever they perform any of these things, they depend on these things. It is not that he plan A, plan B, plan C and things like that. No, they basically depend on this process. When they execute these processes, so they actually depend on the process. And when somebody exclusively depends on the bhakti itself, not depending on other processes, so then it becomes even more super powerful. This particular chanting of the names of the Lord, it becomes super powerful. And if you see who can actually take up to karma, so somebody who has no adharma in his account, and then he has his mind and body and everything is tuned for performing dharma, he can actually take up to the process of karma. And jnana, so first of all, he should have given up adharma, and then he should give up dharma also. That means he should give up the varnashrama duties also. Then only he can actually take up to jnana. But bhakti, who can take up to bhakti? Anybody from any strata, can actually take up to bhakti. That is also very amazing, this one, because it is the heart and it is the primary element, which is very, very natural, to the living entity. So that is why bhakti can be taken up by anybody. So there is a nice story, that actually comes in the Srimad Bhagavatam. How many of you have heard of Ajamil?
Yes.
Ajamil. Huh? So in the classes in detail you have heard, or just story, like that. So this person Ajamil, it's a very, very interesting actually subject. So he was a Brahmana, So Brahmana means like, he is performing his dharma as a Brahmana, and then Brahmana householder, and he was assisting his father in performing yajna, and he used to get the yajna samagri and things like that, and they would live a very pure life of cleanliness and fixed to the dharmic principles and things like that. So one day, when he was going to the forest, for picking up some wood, for the area, and at that time, like he saw a very low class man, engaging with a prostitute, openly like having some kind of an affair. And when he saw that, like first initially, like he thought that this is something not good. No, why should I look upon that? And then his eyes again and again, like caught hold of that. And then somehow or other, like he avoided the situation and he came back. And then what happened? He started contemplating on that particular subject. So this is also a very interesting principle that is described in Bhagavad Gita. Maybe you all would have gone through that. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. You have heard this shloka? Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. Sangateshu Vijayate, Sangat Sanjayate Kama, Kama Krodha Vijayate. So Dhyayato Vishayan. Vishaya means what? We have senses, and the sense objects is called Vishaya. And when the senses like gets attracted to the sense objects, the next thing that happens is dhyana, meditation. So like you keep thinking about that particular sense object. Oh, I just saw that nice thing. Like it's so nice, and it's just going on in the mind, like again and again the contemplation is going on. And when the contemplation goes on, what is the next step that happens?
Thinking about something that.
हाँ, तो उसको सोच के क्या होगा?
We want that
Turns
thing.
into a-
हाँ?
We want that thing.
We want that thing. Attachment बढ़ जाएगा. ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसा. संगतेषु उपजायते. संगात् संजायते कामा. We desire to have that. Sangat sanjayate kama. Kama krodho vijayate. Krodho bhavati sammoha. Sammoha smriti vibhrama. Smriti mamshat. Buddhi nasho. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. This is how the cycle of pranasha, nasha, like, or the cycle of degradation actually happens. So now this person, this Ajamin, he was contemplating on that subject of how like a low class man and a woman, so they were having illicit relationship in the forest. So he was just having that kind of thought process going on, thinking. What happened? He started developing attraction towards it. He was a dharmic man. He doesn't generally perform any sinful activities, but then the potency of like the sense objects is like that. If you keep on meditating on a sense object, even though you are good, you will actually become bad. There was one rishi who was performing tapasya in the forest, and then his tapasya was like very, very powerful. And generally when somebody is performing tapasya, like somebody is performing a lot of pious activities, Indra, the king of heaven, he becomes a little alarmed, because he also performed tapasya and applied for that post and he got that post. अभी कोई और तपस्या कर रहा है मतलब मेरा post चला जाएगा, right? So and then different times he has adopted different means to actually evade such people. So this is one time what happened, like he just went to that forest. He dressed up like a Kshatriya king, and then like he told that Munivar, like I have got some business to go and do, but meanwhile, like I just need to keep my sword in your ashram, so please keep it. I will come back and collect it. And then this is a simple request. He just agreed upon that. And then this rishi is performing tapasya in his ashram, and then there is a sword that is kept on the wall, right? And over a period of time, he's keep on thinking, like seeing that and getting used to it and things like that. Then after some time, he got the desire to just pick it up, and he picked up the sword, and then he started, thoda chala ke bhi dekhenge, and then he started using it and things like that. And slowly his tapasya actually got broken. So the objects, the sense objects which are there, it's very, very powerful. In fact, once I had gone to one of my relatives' house, and they were seeing some serial, like a TV serial, in that some two ladies were like, giving so much of abuse to each other and things like that and all. And I told like, no, what are you actually getting yourself exposed to? No, like, what are you doing? I asked my, relative. And then she told that, no, I'm just entertainment, it's just going on some serial. And it's not entertainment, it's like, it's a harm to you. They are like, using such abusive language and we are getting exposed to it. So it's a negative impact it's going to have on us. And they're telling, no, it's just an entertainment. Like, no, why are you taking it so seriously? No, it is not like that. Dhyayato vishayan pumsa sangateshu bhajayate. You don't have the option of getting exposed to something and not being affected by it, right? So if you have to do it, like, you need to have a lot of immunity towards it. And then even a very, very highly immune person, if he is there in an infectious area for a long time, his immunity also will come to a point of test at some point in time, right? So it is very important that what we expose ourselves into, so that will actually make an impact in us. So now this Ajamil, like, he got exposed to something very sinful, and then he could have like again got on to his practice of chanting mantras and various different things, like that could have happened, but then somehow or other it didn't happen. So he was just contemplating about that subject. So when he was contemplating about this subject, slowly, his thought process got corrupted, and then he started, he wanted to have, like, association of that prostitute, and then he just gave up his dharmic principles, and then he went and approached, and he got united with that prostitute, and then after some time, he brought that prostitute into home as a maid servant. And after some time, like, he started, ill-treating and mistreating his parents and wife and things like that. And they all left the home, and then he started living with this prostitute. So now, like, the situation is, now he is, his duly wedded wife is driven out of home, and he is actually living with the prostitute. And now he is begetting children, of this prostitute. And slowly, like, this degradation is happening. And now to maintain, like, family, so that too, like, and adharmic life requires more money. And dharmic life may be requiring little less money, but adharmic life requires more money. So then he had to do like stealing and robbery and different kinds of things like that. So he was like, there is no limit of his adharmic activities. So he was performing. So then at one point in time, like he is very old, 88 years old it is mentioned. So he's very old, and then he's even at that time he had a very small son of his, and he somehow or other, by the inspiration of the Lord, or by some good fortune, so he named the small son as Narayana. So Narayana, he just named that son as Narayana, and he was very much attached, like to the youngest son. So always it is the case, any new thing that we buy, we are always attached to it. New mobile, new home, new car, new bike, everything is, and then as it becomes old, so then the attachment and craze for it actually reduces. So he was like so much attached to the small son, and then he was always, constantly calling out, oh Narayana, like, come have food, come, let's play, and different kinds of things, he was doing. He was constantly thinking about his son. So now, previously his contemplation was, how did it all took a turn? He contemplated on some negative things, right? So now, somehow by the grace of the Lord, his contemplation has started in the positive side. So that is the contemplation on the names of the Lord without his knowledge. And so, like, there was a point where he was on his deathbed and he's about to leave his body. And when he was about to leave the body, so he actually got the darshan of Yamadutas. When you perform sin, so Yamadutas actually come to take the soul, to take to the lower regions to actually give them the punishment that they deserve. So when he saw the Yamadutas, they were like quite fearful in their appearance. So like very, very ugly faces and like horns and stuff like that and all. So like when these Yamadutas were coming, and they were like, it was threatening kind of an environment where, like, they were about to take the soul out, And at that time, he was very, very helpless. No, the Ajaman was completely helpless. And he was like, when you are helpless, no, what is that you will, no, whom will you call out? God. No, that's nice.
Dearest person.
Dearest person. No, so somebody will call mommy, somebody will call. There are different things will come out actually. So whatever is, no, just without even a thought, no, you just have to, no, come out with that name. So this person was so much attached to his youngest son, and he naturally called out Narayana, right? So now, like here, why is he calling the name of his son?
Because he's also
Attached to his son. Then, what is it like? He's calling very frantically, very, very helplessly.
Helpless.
Because he's scared, because he's scared and he, like, there is a fearful situation is there, and he doesn't know, like, what to do, like out of complete despair, complete helplessness, he's actually calling out, this name. So now we saw that karma means like the aim is, to get sense gratification, and jnana means to aim is to get liberation, and bhakti means the aim is to go to the spiritual world, right? So now, what is his aim at this point in time? Why did he call the name of the Lord?
Know him.
Yeah, so like, no, we can kind of say, okay, he wanted to get relieved from the situation, that he was stuck in, and things like that. Or definitely not in the sense of karma, So, when you take the names of the Lord for achieving material success, so that is also like, there is examples are there, it is, this is also another very important principle in this connection. If you see karma, it can produce only material facility. Jnana, it can produce only liberation. Bhakti, what it can produce? It can produce the effect of karma, it can produce the effect of jnana, it can produce obviously like bhakti, produce the effect of bhakti also. So it is mentioned, akama sarva kamo moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. So if you chant the names of the Lord, akama means like you don't have any material desire. Sarva kama, you have all material desires. You want to be the richest person in this world, or become the biggest, biggest name in this world, whatever it is. Akama, sarva kama, moksha kama, like you want to be a liberated person. So all the three are connected, are covered in this. Akama is like going back to the Vaikuntha, and sarva kama is like the material desires, and moksha kama is like the liberation. So whatever it may be, tivrena bhakti yogena ijeta purusham param. So if you do bhakti yoga, definitely you will get results. Whatever result you want, you will get it. So you have heard about Dhruva?
Yeah,
Dhruva? No, what is the story of Dhruva?
He asked for different look.
He wanted a bigger kingdom. No, that is like, I'm just telling that's some other day, like we can discuss the story in detail. So, but he wanted a bigger kingdom, because like he wanted to sit on his father's lap, but his stepmother, told you cannot sit in the father's lap. And then he's a Kshatriya boy, like he could not tolerate the insult, that is meted out to him. And then as a solution, his mother told, like, you perform, like, don't think anything bad for anybody. Like, it's okay, fine. So whatever is in your account, you will get it. Whatever karma you have, you will get it. So you perform bhakti, towards the Supreme Lord. You will get whatever your desire is, you will get fulfilled. And he wanted a bigger kingdom than, like, any other person in this whole creation. So, and he performed tapasya, and Dhruva got, like in perfection of his devotion, he actually got his, this one realized, for, what did he get, Dhruva? Dhruva Loka, pole star, a separate planet itself. Like Bangalore ka job can be helpful in getting some 1 crore ka villa or 2-3 crores ka villa. If you want to have a planet, these things cannot help. You have to have a powerful process like bhakti, right? So Dhruva performed like that, and then he got that. So, like anything that you want, whether you want some better situation in this world, you want liberation, or you want to enter into the spiritual world, whatever may be the case, bhakti can help actually. So, but now, when the bhakti is performed with the desire for material benefit, it is like it functions in a very, very feeble way. It is the power of bhakti cannot, you cannot experience the power of bhakti. And when it is performed for moksha, it is a little more powerful. But when it is performed in a helpless state, just like in case, if the knowledge of, I want to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, that is also there. So then it performs such a miraculous effect that karma that you have to suffer for next 1,000 millions of lifetimes. This bhakti, this intense bhakti can actually finish off in one shot. So that's the power of chanting the names of the Lord, or performance of bhakti, with intensity. And Ajamil, like by some, there is no logic behind, somehow or other, like he came to this kind of a state, in a very, very helpless state. He just called out the names of the Lord. He don't even know that it's like, he don't even intend that, he has to call the Lord. He was actually calling his son, but it happened to be the name of the Lord, right? So it doesn't even necessarily that it should indicate, or you should have the desire to call out the Lord. The aksharas, the sound of the names of the Lord itself is so powerful. It's very, very powerful. So when it is chanted, it has tremendous effect. When we have material desires, it has little bit of effect. When we don't have material desires, it has little more effect. And when we have only desire to attain the Lord, it has serious effect. Very, very powerful effect. So in this way, like this, the holy name of the Lord, it works on multiple stratas in multiple ways. So, and this Ajamil, in this very, very helpless state, like completely helpless state, he actually called out, called out the Lord, in a very helpless state. And so immediately, the Vishnu Dutas, the servants of Lord Vishnu, they actually arrived on the scene, and they stopped the Yamadutas from carrying the soul of Ajamil. And there is a discussion that happens between these two personalities. Now Yamadutas are asking, who are you people? We just every day, our job is to go and catch the sinful people and bring them to Yamaraj, for a trial. And nowhere at any point in time we have been stopped from executing our duty. First time we are seeing a situation like this. So who are you people? You seem to be very gentlemen, very nice people. So why are you coming and stopping us from executing our duty? And so then the Vishnu Dutas actually asked that, okay, you are telling that you are servants of Yamaraj, Dharmaraj. So please tell, what is dharma? You are trying to take this soul, and you are telling that this is the dharma that you are executing, your duty. So kindly define dharma. Anybody has any definition of dharma?
Following one's nature. Following the assigned duty.
Following the assigned duties. Okay. Any other precise, crisp definition? So the Yamadutas say, Veda pranihito dharma. He adharma viparyaya. Whatever is mentioned in the Vedas is dharma, and rest everything is adharma. Right? And then they mention that anybody breaks the rules and regulations of the Vedas, so they become sinful, and we just come and collect them, and we put them through the trial. That's what we do. So with sufficient evidence we have, we have a charge sheet, sufficient evidence we have, and there is an arrest warrant against this person. So why are you stopping us from arresting this person? Right? So then there is a discussion that happens, and then there is in the discussion of the glories of the chanting of the holy names actually comes. And if somebody chants the names of the Lord helplessly, even though he has performed so many adharmic activities, it all gets burnt in 1 second. It has the capacity. The holy name, the chanting of the names of the Lord has that kind of a capacity to burn. So now, ये तो अच्छा है, अगर साबुन मिल गया तो कितना भी गंदा कर सकता है ना? So it is if I know the formula to get liberated, from all the sins. So then I can go and do more sins also. तो कोई बोलेंगे like no, वैसे भी like now if I chant the names of the Lord, I'll be excused of all my karma. दो चार और murder कर लेंगे और जो भी चाहिए कर लेंगे. And after that, I'll chant, तो I'll be purified. हो सकता है ना? हाँ? क्यों?
So if we do any offenses while chanting, it will get the devotional services to get out.
Oh yeah, no, this is a very important principle. There is different kinds of offenses, that is there, that needs to be avoided, while performing the act of devotion. So one of this is namno balat yashahi papa buddhi. That means like I will perform sin and I will chant and I will purify myself. If I think like that and perform the chanting, so then the chanting will not have its effect. So here Ajamil was not thinking to counteract his sins. He just helplessly called out the name of the Lord, and that just burned all his sinful reactions. And now, like they established, before after the Yamadutas came with the charge sheet, so then he chanted the names of the Lord. तो उन लोगों का updated charge sheet नहीं पता है, अभी क्या situation क्या है, like data update नहीं हुआ. So like because of that, they were trying to arrest. And then the Vishnu Dutas came and they were telling, like explaining the case. Hey Baba, he chanted the names of the Lord. That too with intensity and with helplessness. This very powerful version of chanting. तो ये chanting के बाद like कुछ टीकता नहीं है, like कुछ कर्म वर्म टीकता नहीं है. तो but the Yamadutas could not understand. But then, like by the force, they actually sent the Yamadutas out. Right? So then Yamadutas actually go back to Yamaraj. And then they tell like आज कुछ घटना हुआ. अरे क्या हुआ, like I went to collect this Ajamil. ये तो बहुत बड़ा criminal है. And there were some other people like we thought you are the authority. And on your authority, like the police department, so you are the authority, and on your authority we went and went to arrest this person. But then we couldn't arrest. And we were driven out from that place. What is this? So who are these people? And they explained something about chanting and stuff like that. So हम तो देखते हैं like everybody chants. It doesn't matter. Still the sin remains. So then Yamaraj actually gives a gyan that this is not the same chanting as normally done. It is intense form of chanting, and this kind of performance of bhakti is very very powerful. Supremely powerful actually. And there is another instance also in this connection. We see that Draupadi, Draupadi's case, all of you know, right? So when she was publicly was to be disrobed in front of everybody, and she asked for help from various people, and for a woman, chastity and this is like respect is a very very important thing, and if that has been hurt, it is like it's almost as good as killing the women actually. And she's such a helpless state, she actually called out the names of the Lord, and the Lord actually appeared over there. And then he relieved Draupadi from that precarious condition. So this is always seen that when this names of the Lord is chanted with intensity, with avoidance of offenses, like there are 10 offenses that are there. Those of you who have come to the Srirangapatna, this one morning we would have chanted this 10 offenses before our chanting starts. There are nice discrete things that are there. So we need to understand them, we need to avoid the offenses, and we have to chant with intensity. When we chant in a very nice prayerful mood, so then the chanting has a very very amazing effect. So there is a nice prayer by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He mentions this particular prayer. So in the Sikshashtakam, most of you who have attended any morning program here, you might have seen the Sikshashtakam chanting. So in that the fifth prayer is Ainanda Tanuja Kinkara Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddha. So it is mentioned that Ainanda Tanuja Kinkara. So this one Nanda Tanuja means what? Nanda Tanuja. Huh? So Nanda Maharaj's son, like Krishna, oh Krishna, oh son of Nanda Maharaj. So you see, I've fallen into this ocean of material existence, and I'm not able to see any way to get out of this material existence. and I want to reach your lotus feet. How will it be possible? It's completely impossible. Like I'm there in such a state of existence, and I want to have the best of the destinations. So like the least of the destinations is better position in the material world, and the next level of destination is liberation, and the best of the destination is entering into the spiritual world. And I'm aspiring for the best of the destinations. I'm not aspiring for some 10 lakhs package or 20 lakhs, 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs package. I am aspiring for entering into Vaikuntha, where one dust particle of Vaikuntha is more valuable than entire wealth of the entire material creation. I want to go to that kind of a place. It's a big ask, very, very big ask. So how will it be possible? But I want it. Please be merciful to me. Please grant me this particular treasure. So like that. So when we pray with this kind of an intensity, so then the names of the Lord actually creates wonders. It actually creates really very powerful wonders. So we describe this like as this one of current, how it flows. When the current to flow, there is a particular phenomena is needed. So it's called as potential difference. Current to flow, it flows from the higher potential to lower potential. And water, it flows from
High pressure to low pressure.
higher altitude to lower altitude. In the same way, like here also, it is very, very important. If we want to make advancement in bhakti, so then this intensity of calling out to the Lord, how much intense it is, to that extent, we will get purified quicker, we will make spiritual advancement, and our sins will get destroyed, and we will get closer to the destination, very fast. So this is the essence of the whole this one. So we discussed about different processes that are there. Like first of all, we put the problem statement. We are there in the darkness. We define darkness, and then we have to go to light. And then we have different processes to go towards this direction: karma, jnana, and bhakti. And in all of them, the bhakti is the life-giving factor. So without bhakti, like it is mentioned that Bhagavad Bhakti hinasya jati shastra japastapa apranasya dehasya mandanam lokaranjanam. Without Bhagavad Bhakti, karma cannot stand. Without Bhagavad Bhakti, jnana cannot stand. It is all like apranasya dehasya. Apranasya dehasya means what? Apranasya, without prana. Bina atma ke sharir, dead body. So whatever process may be there, karma yoga, jnana yoga, whatever process may be there, without bhakti, it is all like dead body. It doesn't have any effect. It cannot produce any effect, right? So in that way, we saw that bhakti is the core element of everything, and even within bhakti, the core element is the chanting of the names of the Lord. And when this chanting of the names of the Lord is performed with intensity, it actually produces the maximum result. It actually produces tremendous results actually. So this is what today we had a subject of discussion. So I have 15 minutes to go. Like I have to go to another destination. My cab will come at 7:50. So till then, any questions or any comments is there, like we can take. Yes, Prabhu. Your name, Prabhu?
Rohan.
Rohan, Prabhu.
In today's world, what we can call as dharma?
What we can call as dharma. So dharma means like following of varna and ashrama. So that is precisely it's called as dharma. And so we see that the current situation is a lot of adharma is there. So like a lot of breaking of rules and regulations of the nature is like there in every sphere of life. So what the acharyas actually mention is that you perform the bhakti, and then you see that as much as possible less sinful occupation has to be accepted, and then eventually like we are also in ISKCON, we are also trying to work towards setting up the varnashrama, this one principles back in its normal order and things like that, but it may take a long time. So but then at this point in time we should see that definitely we should not get engaged in animal slaughter or gambling, and like drug industry and things like that and all. So at least we should see that less sinful or less adharmic kind of profession has to be adopted. And then like other basic principles of dharma is that not speaking lies and keeping oneself clean, and then not going behind greed of accumulating lot of material wealth and stuffs like that. So there are some basic tenets of dharma is also there. So we should learn those dharmic principles as given in Bhagavad Gita, and then when we apply those principles, so then at least it is called as apad dharma, where it is like emergency dharma. So like the situation, the infrastructure, the world's infrastructure is not in such a kind of a position that we can follow the Vedic dharma in full. So but we have to like do this bhakti aspect of bhakti nicely, and then we should perform for our sustenance we should perform something which is not very grossly sinful, like that.
But in today's world, people don't perform dharma, still they earn artha
Mhm.
and calm. So how?
It is because of their past good, that is there. So that is depleted, then it is finished.
So like Prabhuji, currently those who are doing this no dharma and still they are getting result. So that means from their past life they are getting.
Mhm.
When these people will go to next life, then there would not be any kind of good.
It'll. That's why if you see in the Kali Yuga, the standard of happiness, the standard of living, and standard of natural resources, everything is going down, right? So like we are not getting pure foodstuffs, we are not getting pure air to breathe. Why all these things is happening? So it is because gradually it is actually coming down. So we should take note of this, and it's a very serious subject. We need to like bring back the dharmic kind of an environment. Yes, ma'am. Your name?
Money.
Money.
How we should avoid the wrong exposures? We have so many wrong exposures. If we open social media and if we.
That's why we recommend don't open social media.
But I mean, ISKCON is also on social media.
ISKCON is on social media to take people into this one. If you see the people who are producing the content for the social media, they don't spend any time
in
with
general,
it.
I mean, if we are going to offices, if we are walking on streets, we are seeing multiple sort of people. If we are living in a PG, then there may be some of our neighbors who are doing some sinful activities. We are seeing them on daily basis.
Mhm.
So, what is the way to avoid it?
So way to avoid is to stay in association of devotees, and in that way we get the positive kind of an atmosphere. So as much as possible we can reduce the negative atmosphere. So we should see that definitely for staying to that's the whole purpose for which we are creating such kind of houses. This was a normal house before we took, and then now we have boys staying here and every day attending Mangalarti and doing everything, and then they go to the work. And in PGs they stay awake late night, and here they stay they get up early in the morning. So it's just the time shift, little bit of time shift is there, but it's a lot of positive exposure is there.
But time will come when they have a Karthasam, they go to another places. That time what they do?
What is it?
We are a association of devotee every day and we are doing something good. That is, time will come, maybe we will go from this place. Then how will manage?
So you should create an association there, or at least by Prabhupada's mercy in all major places, like everywhere this kind of a setup is there.
When I am going to my home, ISKCON is there also. But why they not tell like this? When I hit 12:30, I'll enter this place. For anything, just sitting peacefully. Lots of birds and girls sitting like this.
In ISKCON.
I am
ISKCON temples are like the tourist spot these days.
It's called as lowest point, but I do not like. Then I will came to my home. Much more things are there. To dear means teacher in neighbors are there. That's he will mention. So that time what? Here I am there, and time I will come here.
See, there is one very important thing. In Krishna consciousness, we should have faith on the Lord. So now, if I want association, of devotees, and if I want positive exposure, even in Himalayas also, like Krishna can give us, some proper, or even in Amazon jungle also, he can provide us the necessities. So because he is one person, eko bahunamya vidadati kaman. So even for material necessities, whatever desires people have, He is the one who is fulfilling everybody's material desires. So if I have a spiritual desire, and that too a desire which is very dear to the Lord, so why he will not fulfill? So it is a very nice experiment. Like you can have a strong desire for spiritual, this one's like this, and you will see miracles happening. You will see that like wonderful things actually can happen. So if you go anywhere and then you pray that I need to have nice association over there, so Lord will provide. Here one good thing is that एक अच्छा manager है भगवान वो सब चीज manage करते हैं. So when we have a strong desire, so then he fulfills that desire.
What are the things we have to consider while doing the bhakti? That we have to follow all the 9 activities, we have to give up the sinful activities and do chanting. They all cover in 9 activities. So, what are the proper process and we have to follow while doing the bhakti?
See,
because bhakti is the ultimate thing.
Yeah. So now this is the basic principle of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam and things like that. So the Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, he has given us like more nice details to the bhakti. He has given us the details like the cab wala is calling. So 7:15 is the time. Sorry, like 7:15 is the time. You just tell like by the time you'll be ready. So what I was mentioning, so he gave more details. The basic thing is chanting. So like he has given details. If you want to follow bhakti for 24 hours, he has given the details. And if you want to follow bhakti for 2 hours, 3 hours, he has given the details. Accordingly we can actually follow. So one of the things in the higher aspects is to be awake and active in the morning time, during the Brahma Muhurta time. And he has given us the process of performing Mangalarati, like offering of nice Harati to the Lord in the morning. And then we sit down and chant, and then we we attend this Bhagavatam class every single day, classes are there and things like that. So we can read the books and so like this 9 items, put in a nice way, and then taking prasadam. It's a very, very important thing, taking prasadam. So that one. And then whenever there is festivals like Janmashtami or different appearance days of the Lord, so we should observe those festivals. And then performance of Ekadashi, so that is also one of the anga of bhakti. So like that, there are many wonderful this ones are there. So as much as it is possible, if you have little more bandwidth, you can accommodate few more elements of bhakti into the system, right? So then you become more benefited by that process. So but heart of everything is chanting. So chanting is indispensable for anything that you want to do. Like either you want to do whichever process you want to do, the chanting of the names of the Lord is the indispensable core principle of the entire system, like that. And then along with that, so as you mentioned that sinful activities have to be avoided and dharmic activities must be accepted, like cleanliness and like truthfulness and helping others. Bhuta Sauhridam, that is also an important subject that is there. So that way, it should be there. Any other question? Yeah.
Divorce happen, right? Is it adharmic or adharmic?
Which one?
Divorce.
Divorce is adharma. Divorce is not the Vedic system. So the thing is, the Vedic system is that why does divorce happen? Why does divorce happen?
One of the parties is not satisfied.
Satisfied, yeah. We are in the culture of Amazon and Flipkart and things like that. Product kharida, अच्छा नहीं लगा तो return भेज दो. Right? So but the thing is, the Vedic system actually teaches us that edricha labha santushta. Whatever by the will of the Lord you have got, be satisfied with it. Because why did you get it? Because it's your past karma. Based on your past karma you got it. So now, I'm supposed to have such and such kind of a life. I'm not able to. I'm not able to have such and such kind of a life. My definition of happiness or my definition of perfection is not attained, so I have to break this relationship, right? So this is the like crux of the whole this one. The Vedic system says like whatever you have got, it may not be up to your expectation, but this is what you deserve. No, this is what you have earned, no, from your past activities, and you should live with it. No, and if you want something better, now you work for it. No, you perform punya now and aspire for it in the next life. No, that's what is the Vedic system is. Not that no, now I don't like, no, I just break it and then immediately I want something better. So this is other one. No, what is meant for you, it is you got it. No, and you have to adjust with that. No, this is what you have paid for, and that product you have got, and you should be happy with that. No, so that's the dharmic, kind of a like outlook towards it.
Take sannyas.
Huh?
Take sannyas.
Taking sannyas is fine. Taking sannyas is fine.
Means going with the brahmachari rules. Because in my school time, we were happy with the 1 rupees ice cream. Right now in my age, people are, why you said my girlfriend is not talking with me.
Huh?
My girlfriend is not talking with me.
Okay.
It's I think 10 years back. That time we will happy with this 1 plus
1 rupee ice cream.
Definitely I am in depression, I am in anxiety. What is the meaning of that?
हम लोग डिप्रेशन का नाम भी सुना नहीं होगा उस एज में.
Our main
Actually, I saw that one of the persons who had come, like one family had come, and they told like, no, my daughter is in depression, and I just met that girl, and she's in some 11th standard or something like that.
Yes.
And I asked like, no, what depression you have in this age? Like, it's a happy age. No, why are you having any depression at all? And then the way that she speaks and things like that, it looks like some haunted kind of this one. It's like no, I am a depression person, no, and things like that. The identity itself is like that. No, she identifies herself like that. So it's a kind of a complete torture.
So what do you suggest to that girl?
So basically, see this one is from where this depression actually comes. No, the society, the social media, the everything environment around, it is talking about the ideals. No, you have to be like this. No, this is how, it has to be, everything has to be. And the reality, you are not able to. No, you are not able to meet that particular reality, right? And when you are not able to, so then you are frustrated. And then it comes to depression. The Vedic system actually teaches us to accept the reality. No, like whatever you have worked for, no, you have got it. Now, if you want something, you work now. No, you work now and then you earn that thing later point in time. So the first and foremost, this much of knowledge also, it is very, very difficult to put into that system. Like one time I met one Ayurvedic doctor and I asked him like, this one, we have to deal with such kind of cases and counsel people and things like that. And sometimes like the depression goes to an extent they attempt suicide, Like they often attempt suicide. Actually, this particular girl, I was talking about, she was attempting suicide. Like every week or every 10 days, like she will cut herself. She will do something. Like it's like a kind of horrible kind of something. And he was telling that, see, the Ayurvedic doctor was telling that, see, the only thing is like a completely wavering mind. Only thing that can actually satisfy or that can actually calm down is meditation and bring some kind of a calmness. But then they are not fit for performing meditation. It's a very, very difficult kind of a situation. So now at this point in time, this gyan and all will not work. Whatever gyan you tell, it will not work. Slowly, they have to be brought into the process of chanting, and they have to be assisted and supported and things like that. And when they do that, and as dimag ka kachra clear hota hai, dhire like we have to give the gyan. It takes time. It takes time to handle such cases actually. It's a very difficult this one. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for giving careful audience. Hope it was beneficial for all of you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.